Welcome to episode 1 of Life on a Chalkboard. Today we're going to talk about the economic mess that we currently find ourselves in the United States and really around the world. And I think it started right here in the housing market. We're going to visit Orangeville and take a look at these 5 houses. When the people bought these houses, they were worth probably $80,000. And over time, the houses appreciated in value, and you kind of had this stored extra value in these houses. Well, they weren't moving, so a banker said, well, we'll loan you that extra value and you can use it to spend. And that's exactly what happened. And people took out loans, and each one of these houses took out $20,000 each, and they created $100,000 of new debt. New debt is new money created by the banks, but I tell you what, new money spends just as well as old money. And so the economy responded. All this money to spend, well, they created new stores. New stores created new jobs, and these employees got new paychecks, and they went around and they would spend at other stores, and those employees would spend at other stores, and there were no worries. We built an economic system of continual growth. And people didn't worry about the future. They didn't worry about their job security, so they built credit card debt and this home equity lines of credit. And we built a picture kind of looked like this. You see, our economy, instead of being built on level 1 income, the economy was built on level 2 spending, because we were spending much more than we made. Well, the system worked just fine until one day someone went to sell their house and it wasn't worth what they thought it was. And then they couldn't get the loans from the bank anymore. And then someone woke up and said, I can't pay my bills, I'm a little debt heavy here. And somebody defaulted on their loan. And then so did someone else. And pretty soon the whole system popped virtually overnight. Because the banks got real scared and they started to tighten their lending. And the banks started to worry and the people started to worry. And now you couldn't get a loan if you wanted one. I mean, not that you would go out and get a loan in this situation, even if you could. So the home equity lines of credit are gone, the auto loans are gone, people aren't using the credit cards, and we've got debt to pay back. The whole system froze up. You see, the number of jobs that were created were based on the level of spending, not the level of income. So now we find ourselves where we have to cut these jobs and cut the spending because we don't have the debt that we did. And now we find ourselves at a point of rebalance. There's less money to spend. So now the economy has to say, we have to adjust. There's less money. Less money means less spending. Less spending means more job cuts, which means less spending, which means more cuts, and down it goes. And that's the problem. We don't know where it ends. We don't know where the balance point is, and as more jobs are lost, it's just making the problem even worse. Where does it end? We'll find out someday. I mean, I guess that's why we wake up and read the newspaper every day. But hopefully now you have a better idea of how it began. Because life is always a little easier to understand when it's on a chalkboard.